Almost all the leading Muslim personalities paid tributes to the promised Messiah ﷺ for his masterpiece work. Maulvi Muhammad Hussain of Batala published a detailed review in his newspaper. He says, "This is a book," he wrote, "the equal of which has not been published in Islam to this day." The author proved himself so steadfast in the service of Islam through his pen, his money, and his tongue that few such instances are found among the Muslims. Hazrat Sufi Ahmad Jan, a saintly person, wrote, "This book establishes the truth of Islam and of the prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and of the Holy Quran through 300 strong proofs of various types and refutes the Christian, Arya, Hindu, Brahmo Samaj, and all other religions opposed to Islam." Certain non-Muslims, on the other hand, expressed contemptuous language against Prophet Messiah alayhi salam and announced their intentions to write a refutation of the book, but those intentions were never materialized. The Prophet Messiah prodded them to respond in the following terms: "I put all these gentlemen on oath that they should not delay for one moment in entering the list against me. Let them put on guise of Plato, Aristotle, and Bacon. Let them supplicate their false deities, and then see whether our God is proved supreme or their false deities." The publication of this book was a great undertaking, beset by many difficulties. It seems appropriate to give some perspective. Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam lived in Qadian, a remote place by any standard. He had access to his family library and just a few newspapers. He was the researcher, the writer, the proofreader, the courier, and the publicist. The nearest railway station and telegraph office was 11 miles away in Batala. He would travel to Batala on a dirt road, studded with potholes, in a horse-drawn cart before taking the train to Amritsar to the printing press. And he had to take many of these trips during the publication of the book. Swami Shagan Chandar was a Hindu and had always been interested in religion. He decided to have a conference of different faiths to provide a forum for religious scholars to discuss their perspective teachings. He came to Qadian and requested the Prophet Messiah to write his views on Islam for this meeting. Hazur alayhi salam was ill at the time and was hesitant to participate. But Swami Sahib insisted. The Prophet Messiah prayed for divine guidance and knowledge to write an essay which would be superior over all other presentations. After prayers, he felt sense of empowerment to do this task. Though he was laying down because of his sickness, he started writing the essay right there and began writing so fast that the companion who were copying the article found it difficult to keep pace with Hazur alayhi salam. After he finished writing, he had a revelation: this paper will tower above all others. It was read by Hazrat Maulvi Abdul Karim radiyallahu ta'ala anhu in the conference to an applauding audience, who insisted on extending the conference to an extra day so the speech could be completed. This speech was philosophy of teaching of Islam. Every Ahmadi here knows who Dr. Alexander Dowie was and what happened to him after his confrontation with the promised Messiah. But there is a lesson in it for all of us. That the promised Messiah was always vigilant, guarding the integrity of his faith and honor of his master, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He would seek out any opponent of truth and preacher of falsehood and confront them no matter where and when. No enemy of Islam could have escaped his watchful eyes, and his divine sight. The Prophet Messiah subscribed to many newspapers, national and international. One of his companions would translate for him important passages from English. If he ever read or heard any comments against Islam, he would immediately write or dictate the response. While Dewey was making news in the United States, Reverend Smith Pigott in London claimed that he was God. He also expressed his contempt and hostility towards Islam. The Prophet Messiah wrote a letter to him and signed his name as Al-Nabi Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. That means the Prophet of Allah, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Hazur alayhi salam predicted Pigott's fall from grace, and soon Mr. Pigott was forced to leave London and died in obscurity. The Prophet Messiah was triumphant in his valiant struggle to restore the honor and truth of Islam. He left us a treasure of knowledge and rationality backed by divine revelations to establish the truth. He had hoped and prayed that members of his Jamaat would be his true followers. Islam is under siege today. The religion of peace and love is being accused of terror and hate because of few ill-versed and misguided people. We should respond in the manner that the Prophet Messiah would have done if he were here today. He was alone, but he took on thousands of his opponents. Yet we are so many and appear to be struggling. It's time for us to reflect and pray, lest complacency takes over us and our spirit gives way to comfort. Prophet Messiah had great hopes from us, so we cannot afford to come short. We cannot expect to share in his prayers if we don't fulfill his expectations. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammadin wa ala abdikal masih al-maud.
Zindabad. Jai. Zindabad. Allahu Akbar.